On Judge Faith, a trip to the dentist ends in a dispute over a damaged bumper.
Here's what happened. This is her car, Your Honor, and I tapped her car. Tapped her. Boom! Okay, I boomed it, Your Honor.
He said he was coming from the dentist, said he had multiple teeth removed that morning.
The gauzes in my mouth was full of blood, and I was coming out.
Why did that cause you to hit her car?
And later, a keyboard is held hostage.
Ma'am, I received a text from her saying, I got your piano. And when that lady told me she took my keyboard, that hurt me.
I didn't say I got your keyboard, ha ha ha. I said I have your keyboard.
Okay, so neither one of you are being forthcoming with me today. Neither one of you are.
Faith Jenkins. Her distinguished legal career began when she graduated first in her law school class. She quickly became a tough New York City prosecutor, and then a preeminent legal analyst on cable news. And now she's the judge in her own courtroom. Her cases are real, and her rulings are final. She is Judge Faith. Plaintiff Amy Castellano says she was on her way to work when the defendant slammed into the back of her car, causing severe damage. She's suing for car damages and rental fees. Defendant Donald Huff says the car was already heavily damaged before he hit it, and Amy's trying to squeeze money out of him. He's countersuing for harassment. He's accompanied by Jackie Galdamez.
All rise. Court is in session. The Honorable Judge Faith Jenkins presiding. Please be seated. Your Honor, the litigants have been sworn in. This is the case of Castellano versus Huff.
Thank you, Juan. Amy Castellano?
Yes.
You were suing the defendant, Donald Huff,
Yes, Your Honor.
for $2,894 for damages to your car and car rental charges as a result of a car accident?
Yes.
And you are countersuing, sir, for $1,000 for harassment?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, we'll start with you, Ms. Castellano. Tell me what's going on here.
On December 27, 2014, I was driving to work, and I stopped at a red light on Fairfax and Drexel, and the defendant hit me from behind. There was a family crossing the street right in front of me, and I had to swerve my car to the left, and they had to jump to the right to avoid from me hitting them. I pulled off to the side, as did Donald, and he said he had multiple teeth removed that morning, was bleeding from the mouth.
So what happened? Were you coming from the dentist?
Yes, Your Honor. I came from the dentist approximately 15 minutes after leaving the dentist. I had 6 teeth pulled.
Why did you hit her car? What
What
happened?
happened was I was coming about less than 5 feet. I tapped her car because my mouth had full of blood. The gauzes in my mouth was full of blood, and I was coming out like I ate a bad board.
Well,
Okay.
why did that cause you to hit her car?
Because what happens when I tapped her car, I looked down and I looked up and I tapped her car. I was already stopping. The brakes was already on.
Okay, so you hit her while she was stopped at a red light.
Right.
Okay, you took photos at the scene that day?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, let's look at your photos first on the flat screen.
Okay. Look, Your Honor, she already had all this damage before I hit her. This was already bandaged from an accident. She stated to me it was from a prior rear-end accident.
No, it wasn't.
Well,
First of all, I
okay,
never
stop.
told you that.
But the car does
She
have
had the
some
duct
tape
tape.
or something on there. That's
Yes.
not, this is the morning of the accident.
Yes.
Right? So you already do have some damage to your bumper.
In my garage, I bumped the bottom of the bumper casing,
Must have
and
been a
it
pretty
popped
big garage.
out. And then I went.
Well, but you have
No, it
tape
was a
on the
hole
bumper.
in the garage, Dawn.
Ma'am, you have tape on the bumper already, right?
Yeah, the
Okay.
car wash had done that just to avoid it from being pulled anymore. But as you can see, the tape is ripped.
Okay,
because
show
you
me
slammed
on the photo. Show me on the photo where he caused damage to the bumper. Where is that damage?
Right in the middle of the back.
Okay.
Please,
Your Honor, I have a
step
picture.
over. Step over, ma'am. Sir.
Okay.
Step
Sorry,
back
Your
over
Honor.
to the lectern.
He hit me right here.
Okay, can you just point on the photo where the damage is?
The damage is all here. He hit the back bumper.
Okay.
The whole bumper is pushed forward, and the back bumper casing, because it got slammed, popped out.
Can you step over, please?
I mean, it's a pretty.
Can
she
you
just said
point
the
on
car
this
wash.
photo? So you're saying the damage is not visible?
Well, it's under. Well, it's here. It's on the other side, which is my picture, and it's inside.
Thank you. Okay.
Your Honor. I cannot, Your Honor, I'm sorry and I apologize, but you know what? I'm not Bank of America. I'm here to tell the truth, and she's nothing but BSing, okay? Here's what happened. I saw, this is her car, Your Honor, and I tapped her car. Tapped her. Boom! Okay, I boomed it, Your Honor. This had duct tape, white duct tape, white duct tape. How do I know, Your Honor, the damage that I caused under her carriage? Because she told me she got in a prior rear end, Your Honor.
I didn't.
Okay?
I never told you
She told me that.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
I hit the bottom
So,
on a curb
ma'am,
and it popped it out.
Why are we here? If this accident was your fault and there's obviously, I know, a dispute about damages, but what happened? Did you try to go through his insurance company?
I went to get an estimate of $24,000.
Show me the estimates. How many estimates did you get?
I have 3 estimates.
And you agreed to pay out of pocket?
Do we agree to pay? I agreed to pay out of pocket
Yes or no,
for the
sir?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
And I went to the mechanic. He gave me
May I
that
see your
first
estimate, sir?
He gave me that estimate. He didn't like it. He said he wanted me to go to his guy at Caliber Collision named
You're
Jose.
lying.
Okay.
Named Jose. I have an email.
Well, what's wrong
So
with the name Jose?
No, because she agreed to everything. They had everything ready for
You
her to
just
go.
told her that you didn't have a guy you wanted me to go to. I
Okay,
went
so
to Jose.
listen. From the estimate that you got from the collision center that he recommended is a little over $900. The 3 estimates that you got for your car, they're all close to the $2,500 range, correct?
The reason why-
I don't want to hear the reason. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. How much did you pay to get your car repaired?
$2,500.
Show me the proof that you paid $2,500 to get your car repaired.
It's the 3rd bill.
No, I want proof. I have your estimates here. For all I know, your insurance could have covered this. I want to see proof that you paid this estimate.
Coming up, it's going to take more than duct tape to hold these stories together.
You had like a hooker girl serve me in front of a bunch of important peers.
Called my friend a hooker.
You should have brought her to court.
Hey, just stop with the name calling. You're just showboating at this point.
And later, the music teacher doesn't miss a beat.
The first time I confronted him about eating my food, he answered the door naked.
The young man told me she knocks on the door. He's the one who came naked, not me.
Please.
Plaintiff Amy Castellano says Donald promised to pay her for her bumper to be fixed. She's suing for car damages and rental fees. Defendant Donald Huff says he only agreed to pay based upon the estimate from his mechanic. He's countersuing for harassment.
Stand up, ma'am. Who are you?
I'm his fiancée, Jacqueline.
What did you say?
Jacqueline. I'm his fiancée.
What do you know about this? What did you...
I've been going back and forth with her, trying to get this resolved as quickly as we can. All she's looking for is money. She had a prior accident, and that's probably what those estimates show, her prior accident. He just tapped her.
Why
That's
did
really all
she
he
not
did.
ever send you a bill that she paid for
No,
to get her car
everything's
fixed?
estimate.
Estimates.
What's your counterclaim for harassment about?
You had like a hooker girl serve me in front of a bunch of important peers.
Called my friend a hooker.
You should have brought her to court.
Hey,
Sorry, Your Honor.
have a seat, ma'am. Tell me about what happened, why you say you were embarrassed and that's an element of this harassment claim.
When I was served at my job, there was a girl, mini skirt, big old chimichangas, and everything else, and she went in front of my district manager and embarrassed
Who
me.
was the woman who
humiliated me.
served him?
A hooker.
My friend.
Tell me about the audio you have for me to listen to today.
Can you bring it up? Here,
Who is this between?
this is her.
Hi, Dawn. It's Amy, the girl you got in the accident with. If I don't hear from you by tomorrow, I'm going to assume that you are not looking to pay for this, and I'm going to have to go to the police. I've already talked to our witnesses, and they're willing to go to court if you're not going to pay for this in full like you promised you would. I really don't want to have to do that. I'm really trying to be accommodating for you. So if you or your wife could call me back, that'd be super great. Okay, thank you. Bye.
There was another one.
So threatening.
There was a different one. I had another one, but I didn't bring that.
Come on now, Mr. Huff. Mr. Huff, you got to do better. Is that it? That's the best you have in terms of your harassment claim, sir?
It was the wrong one.
Did that scare you?
It did scare me because that one didn't sound like there was
You felt
harassment. But I have
harassed
one.
when you heard that message?
No.
Okay, I've heard enough from both of you. Here's what we're going to do today. First, just stop with the name calling and the disparaging comments. It's not necessary. It doesn't help you prove your case. You're just showboating at this point, okay? But let's get to what this case is really about. There are 2 issues in this case. There's the issue of liability and there's the issue of damages. In terms of liability, it is clear to me this accident was your fault. But the issue of damages, you brought me estimates, and you brought your own testimony, but you don't bring a receipt showing that you paid over $2,500 in car repairs. So I am hesitant to even give you the money that you paid for the car rental, but because of the dates coincide, I will grant you a judgment in the amount of $394.33, but that's it. Your counterclaim for harassment is dismissed. Judgment for the plaintiff, $394.33.
Plaintiff Rebecca Walls says her former tenant is a deadbeat musician that caused so many problems while renting a room in her home that she was forced to kick him out. She's suing for back rent, damages, and late fees. She's accompanied by Ashley Goods. Defendant Orlando Moss says his ex-landlord was impossible to please and daily found new reasons to charge him more money until he was forced to find a new place to call home. He's countersuing for the value of a keyboard.
Rebecca Walls?
Yes, Your Honor.
You were suing the defendant, Orlando Violin Moss?
That's correct, Your Honor.
For $1,316 you say he owes you for back rent, damages, and late fees?
That's correct, Your Honor.
And you're countersuing, sir, for $600 for the cost of a keyboard?
That's correct.
Okay, we'll start with you, Ms. Walls. Do you have a witness with you today?
I do.
Okay, and who are you?
My name is Ashley Goods.
Okay. We'll start with you, Ms. Walls. Why don't you tell me what's going on here?
Okay. Mr. Moss is a former tenant of mine around mid-November of 2013. I received a call for him. He wanted to rent a room. I rent rooms in a split-level home in Decatur, Georgia. I spoke with Mr. Moss over the phone. We met in person. He seemed like a nice enough person. He's a school teacher, and also he teaches violin lessons on the side on the weekend. So we sat down, we talked. I went over all of the rules. He signed a contract. His signature, I kind of should have caught on to something initially because his signature was like scribble scrabble.
Okay, and you were teaching at the time?
Yes, ma'am. I've been teaching for approximately between 7 and 20 years, ma'am.
What do you teach?
I am an orchestra teacher, ma'am.
Is that why you have the violin?
I carry my girlfriend everywhere I go, ma'am. She does what I say. Don't move. So I'm very serious about what I do as far as with my students and my music. I teach this. In fact, this is the only thing I do.
And so what were the issues? He started being late with his payments?
And after the first payment, Your Honor, he said that because he was on break, he did not get paid and he would have to pay me later. That's when all of the late payments started. And it continued for the entire year.
Mr. Ross, tell me what's going on here.
I had no problem paying. Yes, I was late. And then I spoke with her. She said, well, Mr. Moss, I'm going to work with you. I had no problem with Ms. Walls, be honest with you. In fact, I was thankful.
And so you went out of town.
Yes, ma'am. Only for 2 days.
Okay. And what happens when you come back?
Ma'am, I received a text from her saying, I got your piano.
I have your
piano?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, my piano was in the living room. It was not my school district purchased that for me to uses of that because my students are performing at the Symphony Hall this coming Sunday.
Okay.
So I utilized that on stage. Ma'am, when she sent me a text saying I got your piano, I was upset. So that's when I drove fast to get back.
You took the piano?
I took it for safekeeping. Yes, ma'am, I did.
Not safekeeping.
What do you mean by safekeeping?
Well,
Thank you.
Your Honor, when I went to the house, it was in the living room, in the common areas. Now,
Right.
Mr. Moss is not a popular resident in this house. I took it so
Because
that no
I
one
put
else
What do you
would.
mean by that?
Yeah.
Well, I got complaints on him all the time.
There were several occasions where he would eat my groceries.
Are you her daughter?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
And when I would confront him about it, the first time I confronted him about eating my food, he answered the door naked. And I had to yell at him and tell him to close
That
the
is
door.
not
The door to
true.
his room?
Yes, ma'am.
No, I did not. I did not.
Yes,
And there was
not
a
naked.
separate.
No, I did not.
Yes,
he did.
I was not.
Yes, he did.
I was not disrespectful.
And here-
ma'am,
What happened?
The food that I did have,
Were you eating her groceries?
I paid for everything that I
No,
ate.
no, you did not.
Ma'am,
And
I
you did
even
not
gave
ask.
them $50.
No,
you didn't.
Were you the only man in the house? Or
No, there were 2 other guys that, for some particular reason, they got rid of because they were not as intelligent or as witty as I am. So what they did, I'll tell you what she did. What they did, the young man told me that he was in his room enjoying whatever he wants to do. She knocks on the door. He's the one who came naked, not me.
No, you too.
He told me he was
You
doing
too.
whatever, and she was bothering him.
So, tell me why you take the keyboard.
Just because I had not didn't know what was going on. I thought something
Okay,
may
so
have happened.
why
to
don't you
him.
tell me what you really did? You took his keyboard because you thought he owed you money. Because he did owe you money.
No,
so you took
I
his
keep
keyboard.
it for safety.
You're losing, let me tell you something,
if
you're
that's
losing
the
all
case, Your
credibility
Honor.
with me right now.
Okay.
Stop.
Yes,
You're
ma'am.
losing all credibility
I'm
with
sorry.
me right now.
Because if I was taking it for that reason, I would have done something with it to get my money.
Well, you still have it, ma'am.
Yes,
He
I
owes
do.
you money. You
Right.
still haven't returned the keyboard.
I never saw him. I never talked
Tell
to
me
him
what
before
happens,
that.
sir. Tell me what happens.
Ma'am, I work hard to teach these children. And when that lady told me she took my keyboard, that hurt me. So when she took that keyboard, that was the last straw, ma'am. Ma'am, the only thing I want to do is teach my instrument and play and teach my children. And when she took that keyboard, that hurt me.
So what did you do?
walked
You moved
yes,
in?
I left.
You
and
moved
I
out.
cleaned that room up the best that I could, ma'am.
Coming up on Judge Faith, new details emerge about the damages.
Your Honor, he also smokes crack. I found evidence of crack
pipe.
usage in my house.
I
Were
don't
you
know
smoking
anything.
crack, sir?
No, ma'am, I was not.
You know, I'm not going to send law enforcement out there to your home. I just want to know the truth about the damages, where the damages came from.
Plaintiff Rebecca Walls says she had no choice but to ask her former tenant to leave. She's suing for back rent, damages, and late fees. Defendant Orlando Ma says his ex-landlord's behavior was unacceptable. He's countersuing for the value of a keyboard.
You also say that he damaged. You're suing for
Yes.
damages after
Yes,
he
Your Honor.
left the home. You say that you went into the room and there were damages.
Yes.
Let me see what you submitted. Okay, what is this?
Now, this was a new chair that's black.
What is that on the chair, sir?
Cigar.
Mark.
Cigar?
Yes, ma'am.
You put out cigars on a chair?
Ma'am,
How does a chair? How does that happen with a cigar?
I put the cigar, I didn't have an ashtray, ma'am, and when I smoked my cigar, I did that.
Your
Yes,
Honor,
I did.
he also
So,
smokes crack. I found evidence of crack
pipe.
usage in my house.
I
Were
don't
you
know
smoking
anything.
crack, sir?
No, ma'am, I
There's
was not.
Yes, he
pictures,
was.
Mr.
I have
No, ma'am, I was
pictures.
not.
Yeah.
I do know they
I
were
have
smoking
pictures.
marijuana. I do know that.
I have
Let me see the
pictures.
Why there are crack
Let's see the
pipes
next
in the
photo.
picture.
I don't know
Who's
anything
those?
about that.
I found
After I
crack
left,
pipes.
ma'am,
May I
that
see
could
the
be
next photo?
staged.
Your Honor, I have crack pipes.
What is this a photo of? What is this?
Looks like a crack
That's
pipe to me.
that's what I found in the drawers.
No, ma'am.
Mr. Moss, what's your response to the plaintiff's allegations against you?
No, ma'am.
I was a prosecutor and I prosecuted drug cases that looks like a crack pipe.
I know, but I left. I don't know what they could have placed that there. I don't know,
Come
Your
on
Honor.
now.
And it wasn't there before he moved in?
Oh no.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
That furniture
Who was smoking
new.
crack in your room?
No one, ma'am.
Well, my daughter heard them coughing up their lungs.
No, ma'am.
And then the coughing just stopped, and there was strange smells coming from the room, and
only
You know, I'm
smell
not
that-
going to send law enforcement out there to your home. I just want to know the truth about the damages, where the damages came from. From what I'm looking at, the damages to that chair, that didn't come from a cigar. It makes more sense that the damage to the chair actually came from you or your friend or whoever else was in the room smoking crack in the room.
I hear you. But no, ma'am, I disagree with that. That is not mine. I had nothing to do with that.
Okay, so
The
neither
only-
one of you are being forthcoming with
The
me
only
today.
thing,
Neither one of you are.
Only thing I did smoke was a cigar, Your Honor.
I've heard enough.
Coming up, Judge Faith rules. And now, Judge Faith rules.
So after listening to all of the evidence in the case, it's clear to me that both of you are not being forthcoming about different aspects of the case. This is going to be my ruling. I'm ordering you, ma'am, to return the keyboard to Mr. Moss. You had absolutely no right to remove that keyboard from his home and keep it from that day to this day, really. And it really shows me that you did it because you thought he owed you money, and you cannot resort to self-help. If you think a tenant owes you money, then you do what you're doing today. You bring him to court, but you don't remove and keep his property and try to use that as leverage against him to get your money. So I'm going to order the defendant to pay $300 in back rent in addition to $715 in damages. I am not ordering him to pay $300 in late fees and the $50 in utilities that you asked for, ma'am, because I'm going to mitigate some of the damages that he owes to you because of the fact that you took his keyboard and you did so improperly. Judgment in this case for the plaintiff, $1,015.